defensive effort tonight with the forced turnovers, the steals, and kind of everything you did on that end of the floor. How much of that was that priority for you guys going into this game to be dominant on that end of the floor?
I mean, so coach had been telling us all week, and we were aware like this is like the best test we'll have in terms of a team trying to win the game in the paint. And so we knew right away like everybody's going to be attacking us inside, and obviously Ware's like a all conference level big, and extremely talented, and they're 4-man too. Like I knew I was going to have a big responsibility, and so coming into this game, like I knew that me, Juan, and Rink are really going to have to like set the tone in order for us to really get any momentum going. And like obviously got off to like a little bit of a slow start in the game with Ware getting some easy ones, but then once everybody kind of got going and got it figured out, really got to it's kind of like it really got our offense fired up, and that's when he started going crazy, and he has some amazing defensive plays himself. But yeah, I mean every game I go into, I'm just locked in on like my defensive assignments and just try to let the rest of the stuff figure itself out.
Keisei,
Yeah, no, go.
Keisei, when you got hot in the second half, just how do you what was going right for you, and how were you able to find your rhythm there?
I think like once I start making the shot, I think I also start moving well too. So that's what makes me like special. Like I feel like, but like I also gotta start playing from the beginning. Like yeah, but like once I get rhythm, like I have 100% confidence. Just play hard.
How special is it to do that in front of your family?
It was awesome to see with my family here, to show them big win against Indiana. That was awesome.
And if I can add on top of that, like one of the things that like makes Keisei so special is he can have like a series of games when like he hasn't been like he was tonight. But the thing is that you can't ever go into any game thinking, all right, we can kind of game plan around like somebody else, because as soon as you give him even an ounce of confidence or space, you got to risk something like tonight happening where he just takes over, and then you're basically SOL. And tonight like he got to show what he's capable of again, and flashes of last year. And so yeah, I mean I'm happy that it was against Indiana, a team where like we really needed it. But yeah, I mean he's a hell of a talent.
Yeah, Joe, what goes through your mind when he is going off like that and like playing off the crowd and just being Keisei?
I love it. I mean, the thing that I enjoyed the most was, his extra effort plays. Like the one I keep going back to was, when he was sprinting back in transition and saved us from giving up an easy one by tipping it out of bounds. Like those are the ones that really get me fired up. Like whenever he comes in and gets a defensive rebound, just because like things like that are kind of like what most people would call like his like weaknesses. And so once he's like really rolling in that aspect, I know that the other stuff is going to be elite. And it's really fun to be out there just because, I mean, it's amazing to watch. Obviously it's fun to watch from the stands, but when you're huffing and puffing, trying to figure out where the next one's going to come, and then you just see Keisei lob one from 30 feet and it catches out, you're like, oh, thank God. It definitely helps you just build momentum out of kind of some very stagnant times during the game.
Joe, what do you defensively? What do you have to do? What are the challenges of a bigger front court with Ware and Renew, where you're giving up a couple inches, having to guard them?
I mean, the biggest thing is just trying to make sure that they know it's not going to come easy. Obviously, like they obviously have like, from the looks of it, the advantage down low, but like where we gotta like really earn our stripes is everything that they do get, they gotta work for it. If they're gonna try, like every time we send a double, we gotta have guys like coming back, so that way next time they catch it, they're gonna be a lot more hesitant. They're gonna be a little bit more timid, and they're gonna be a little scared to make that exit pass, and they're gonna be approaching the rim a little bit worried about someone coming down and digging it out. I think Jamarcus probably had like 5 dig outs out of the gaps and stuff. And I mean, it really just comes down to heart. Like I've never been like the biggest dude outside of high school. Like I've always been, playing from behind, and I mean I kind of love that just because then when we do pull it out tonight, it just means even more because it's like they're supposed to be like the better front court, whatever it is, and like I know I'm up here talking, but Rink and Juan all had their moments. Like Juan just kind of got the short end of the stick with foul trouble, but that's kind of what makes us dangerous. Is we got 3 guys that can come and like have super impactful games down low and just make the little plays we need to keep teams like that at bay and not let them get a lot of momentum going down there.
To either one of you, how much of a statement is this, especially following Minnesota to go on a run and to get 2 big back-to-back Big Ten wins with the start that you've had this season?
So Minnesota's always just going to be lingering back there. That's one we definitely wish that we could play again. But it kind of did a lot for us because kind of similar to tonight, against Minnesota, we did an amazing job in the first half. We did a good job like shutting down their bigs and their paint attack and kind of getting our stuff rolling. And I think probably pretty similar like point differential. But then the only difference was when we were at Minnesota, we came out in the second half and just completely fell apart. And so that was one of the main things that Coach Nate and Coach Hoiberg were talking about in halftime was like we can't think like, oh, we got it going, like we know what we need to do. It's like no, like this is a brand new game. Like we can't expect nothing to come as easy as it was in the first half. They're trying to win this just as much as we are. And so just coming out knowing that like we have to reestablish ourselves and show that we're the more dominant, physical, explosive team really just kind of got us going. And I mean, it wasn't all, flamethrowers and 4-wheelers to start it, but we came out and we had a couple good stops and good plays and really just kind of got us back in that groove. And then that's when obviously Keisei just opened up and then kind of blew the doors off.
Mike, you have the key. So Mike, go ahead.
Okay, Keisei, yesterday your mother said this year you pass a lot, turn down a lot of shots, looking like you want to be a assist leader or something. Did her comment help you to be yourself tonight?
Yeah, maybe a little, man. But I just always play like how I play. I don't. If I see the open, I shoot the ball. If I see somebody open, I pass the ball. That's how I always play. So, I'm not just looking for the assists. But I'm also not just looking for the shoot. So, yeah.
And that's what I love about having someone like Keisei out there on the floor. Is like if Keisei puts it up, I assume it was a good look. It's one of those things where as soon as he's really good with making the right play, and at the same time like calling his own number when he feels he's got it going. And then, there's times he'll come off a handoff, just push it ahead, cut to the corner, whatever it is. And then tonight, it was one of those things when he was coming up, he's like Joe. He's like he's trying to get it. He's letting it go. That's when he got got sent to the line for 3 of them, kind of kept the lead going. And I don't ever want him to become like a pass first player. That's what makes him elite, is that other teams have to know if you fall asleep on him, he's gonna burn you. And if he doesn't, you better be careful, because if he does, it's gonna become a what do you call it, a little stampede that you can't slow down. So.
Thank you, everyone.